Hey guys, what's going on? Matt with CJ Off-Road here. And today we've got a very special package in the mail. Now, it's something that we've been waiting on a pretty long time actually. These came out a while ago, but they've been on back order and a bunch of other issues with them, but we finally got a set before we shipped them out to our customers. So let's go ahead and we're gonna unbox them now and then we're gonna install them. Now, working with parts, this is probably I gotta say my favorite part, is cutting open brand new parts. So let's see what we got in here. We didn't tell you guys what it is, but if you read the title, you probably already know. So let's go ahead and open it up. First off, we got a nice bag. Looks like a bunch of hardware in there, zip ties, some rivets. So that's some fun stuff. Set that aside. Instruction manual, nice and thick too. Very, very nice quality there. We'll probably use that, but we'll probably play the dad on Christmas Day and kind of toss it aside and just do it ourselves. But then we've got what we've been waiting for a very long time inside here. So let's open up this first one. I always gotta watch with knives too, because I've cut open a couple things and sometimes they'll put it right below the top of the box. So like we've done it with T-tops and it's kind of cut the T-tops before, so. Oh good, Mopar put a piece of foam underneath there. And the moment you've all been waiting for. Boom. LED Mopar headlights for the JL and for the Gladiator. These are gonna look sweet on the Sport, Sahara, Rubicon, basically any model that didn't come with LEDs, and these things are massive. I mean, look at the size of them. Check it out, guys, all aluminum casting down there. Got some nice heat sinks, so it's really, I think this thing will probably give out a decent amount of heat, but it's all LED. Then we've got the factory plug in the back, a bunch of these pressure release valves also, and then looks like an adjuster too. So I've been waiting a long time to see these in person, and they are just, they're gorgeous. Now, obviously I've seen them on Jeeps, but getting to feel one in hand, they're huge, but these things are gonna look great on the Jeep. So I say we unbox the other one, and then I've already got my Jeep kind of tore apart in the background. You can see here, we had an aftermarket bumper on, pulled that off so we can get the grill off, and then we're gonna show you guys how to get these installed. If you're looking to upgrade, this is a pretty good choice, but I'll unbox the other one, get it all set up, we'll get started. So we did start off with this Jeep with a pair of the factory halogen lights, and then we replaced them with a 7-inch and the adapter, because that was what was first to market on this. Now, it's been almost 2 years since the JL has come out, and there have been a lot of aftermarket options, as well as factory options that are now readily available for both the JL owner and the Gladiator owner. Now, we've tried a bunch here. We've done LED bulbs, we've done the 7-inch adapter brackets, we've swapped a ton of different things out, but we had to wait to do these LED headlights. And that was mainly because as soon as they'd come in here, they'd be shipped right out. So a lot of great customers too, and I appreciate that. You guys coming to CJ's to buy these, but they would come right in, they'd be in inventory for a day or so, and they'd be right out the door, getting to your address and letting you get them installed. But I figured it was time to do an installation video. We had an extra set actually that just came in, so we figured pull them off the shelf, do an install video and show you guys how to do it. And one of the biggest benefits of these lights is that they are a factory part. So it's made by the same manufacturer. They're used as stock equipment in the LED option vehicles, and they're gonna work once you plug and play. Now, I will mention in this video, we're not gonna show the complete wiring to these because we're not gonna be doing the halo lights as recommended here. Now, what you can do if you want the halos to work is you can actually just tap into the back, or you can use the included harness that goes all the way into your BCM, plug them in, then take them to the dealership to get reflashed. Because of the fact that we're swapping these things out all the time, it's not worth it for us to go all the way to the dealership, get it all reflashed, get it all reprogrammed, and then have it back on our Jeep. Plus, we do have the Hemi, so I'm not really sure how the dealership can work with that at this point. I have the LEDs set up through one of the tuners, and they seem to be working fine. So what we're gonna do is just install these. So obviously the halos won't be working on them, but if you do follow the instructions exactly as they say, you will be able to run the one wire all the way into the cab, and I'll show you guys what it looks like and kind of the general area you're gonna be running it into, but I think we should install these now, show you guys how they look, so let's get started. So our first step in our installation was to take the bumper off. Now we do have the ARB stubby bumper, and when you have that grill guard on there, it is about a ½ inch away from the grill, and there's no movement to pull that thing away or even get the grill remotely close to being off, so unfortunately we do have to pull that off. I'd recommend that if you don't have an aftermarket bumper and you're planning on putting one on and you want to do these headlights, do them first, and then make sure you do everything you want to behind that grill before you put an aftermarket bumper on, because it's not fun to get back there and tinker with things. As you can see, we pulled the whole bumper off. So, but then the next step after that is to pull the 6 push pins on top of your grill. They'll simply pull off by pulling the center section off and then pulling them out. We've done this a long time. They're on JKs, JLs, Gladiators. And then once you do that, pop your grill off, and set that aside. We've also removed the factory headlights, or in our case, aftermarket headlights. We don't really like to show competing vendors on here just because we do have a lot of friends in the industry and we want to make sure everyone's represented fairly. So we did remove those. It only took 3 bolts to pull out. There's 3 10mm around there, and then just a factory plug here, which you'll depress. Now, when I told you guys about the wiring, let me grab it here. This is the harness that they're going to include here. So it's a nice braided harness with 2 plugs that already have the pins already in them. So what you're gonna do is follow the instructions and actually pull this apart. You'll press on either side here. There's 2 little clips, and then you're gonna pull this white isolator out, and then you're gonna pin this yourself. So you're actually gonna take one of these white plastic pieces, push it through, and repin this, so you will now have a 4-wire connection on either side. Once you do that, you'll run the harness across. Do that on the exact same thing on the other side according to the instructions. So the reason this comes with rivets as well is because you will have to pull off your inner fender flare on the passenger side to fish that through and connect it to the BCM. All this is written out actually really well in the instructions, but like I mentioned before, since we do install a ton of different parts on this Jeep, we're not gonna go through and do all of that process. Go ahead and plug the connector in first. You'll hear a little click. Then we're gonna set the headlight into place. Jeep really outdid themselves on the JL. The interior, the exterior, everything just, it's like a modern vehicle. It's finally a modern vehicle. I like to go around and evenly snug everything up. You want to make sure that there's little pins there, that they're in the alignment holes, and then we can go ahead and just get everything tightened down. You have to go crazy on this. It is a plastic housing on there, so you don't want to go too tight and over tighten it and break anything. Due to the fact that these are a little bit pricey for a headlight, you definitely don't want to break anything. So basically that harness that we had to run will run up behind here underneath where we have the hood sensors, and then you'll pull the radiator cover up like that, and there's already a harness back there. So if you can see that, just very lightly, there's a harness right behind there. That's where you're gonna zip tie it to. It's gonna go all the way across, plug into the other side, and then go back towards the body or the cabin of the Jeep. So as you guys can see, super crisp cutoff line here. It's gonna be great for on-road driving and off-road driving at night. I can't wait to use these when I get them outside and really go down some back roads at night here in PA. So as you can see, we've got the grill on here, and we didn't put the bumper on because I wanted to show you guys what it'll look like without the bumper on. We'll throw that on and give you guys a final look, what it'll look like if you're running an ARB stubby with the rigid adapt on there. It's kind of seldom that you're gonna be running the exact same setup, but just to give you an idea with what these look like on an aftermarket bumper, I think they look awesome just in stock form, but here's a shot of them. I mean, throw the unlock button on. You can see they work there. They look absolutely killer. Super happy with this. Plus the installation, besides what we didn't show you with the harness, is really, really straightforward. Well, everything's done. We've got these completely installed and they're looking great on the front end of this Jeep. I really think it gives it a modern look. Plus, if you didn't get the LED option from the factory, you can really spruce up the front end of your Jeep by adding these on. I think they look awesome, and they're gonna really accent the rest of the vehicle super well, guys. This is a great installation too. If you're looking to really increase the lighting output of your Jeep, they are gonna time out here because I just hit the unlock button. But overall, if you guys are interested in some headlights, be sure to drop by cjponyparts.com. If you're not up for this much as far as price-wise, you can definitely check out our 7-inch headlights with our adapters. They're gonna be a plug and play and go right into your Jeep without having to mess with the BCM or anything like that on the inside. But if you're looking for the OEM and factory quality that Jeep provides, be sure to check these out. Hope you enjoyed that video. To stay up to date on our CJ Off-Road videos, make sure to subscribe up top here. And for any other installs, make sure to click the link right above.